Every Thursday we do it like this. We gather as a family and discuss everything life, everything politics, and everything that focus should be on. Nigeria is passing through a lot of tumultuous session, and you agree with me. Yesterday I drove past Udi Street, and out of curiosity I just decided to ask, and I can tell you that a dollar is now 850 naira and still counting. It's not healthy. But we just pray that God will bring us out of all of this. Good morning. My name is ID James. You can join us on www.facebook.com/AKBC Radio and TV. AKBC Radio and TV for live stream of Focus on AM45. Today, you already know that Akparawa Michael Bush, the indefatigable or chairman who stepped aside as chairman of Bush House, will be here to discuss. And what we'll be discussing, Bush House at 20. And that's exactly what we'll be discussing when the State of the Nation segment arrives. But we also have Sammy Inspiration around. He will be talking to us to motivate us, while we also take a look at what will be happening when it comes to press. That's talking about the headlines. Bright Solution Uno will be here with his crew to handle that. My name is ID James. Okun David is our producer. He does massive work in the studios, and we promise you that whatever we're going to do this morning, we will also have our mindset to join live commentaries at Ibom Icon Hotels. Akwa Ibom Dialogue will be rounding off today with the launch of the Arise agenda. I'll just take a very short break. Music is should be. And when we come back, the rest of the program, we will unravel them. Not unravel as in tell you what to do, but we will now get to the details of all that we have told you. Stay tuned.
This is home where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's all man, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's all man, no matter where we day, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding,
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happen,
If it happens.
If it happen.
Welcome back. It's Focus on M45. We did say that we'll be joining everyone here live to discuss something very, very crucial. This man can as well go as a cat with 15 lives. Okay. I remember back in is it 2003 or thereabout, one of those mornings we just woke up to see him on TV. We knew him all along on radio, and suddenly on NTA channel 12, I think it was AM
Express Extra.
Express Extra. Okay. And since then, this man has gone international, he has gone national, he's gone back local to add value to Akwa Ibom State. The retired, not tired, executive chairman of Bush House Groups, Akbarawa Michael Bush, is my studio guest. It's been 20 years on TV, 30 on radio, and almost 40 as a father. Okay, let me welcome him to the studios this morning. Akbarawa Michael Bush, the Intercontinental. But no, I didn't even add that you've gone intercontinental.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so July 2003, that is 2003.
Yeah, 25th of July.
25th.
Was a Friday.
It was a Friday.
Yeah, I remember.
So
yeah.
20 years down the line
of Bush House, Nigeria.
Can you just recap the first things you did when you appeared on TV back in 2003?
Yeah, I can tell you the first things I did even before I got on TV.
Okay.
Actually, I had the dream in the morning of a certain month in 2002. I saw myself on TV. I was just I'd recently been out of my job at AKBC, where I was for 2 years on their payroll, and I decided to run for Urwan chairmanship. It didn't quite go well, just as politics has never gone well with me, you know. So, and coming back, I know that AKBC wanted me to come back. Then there was the DG, Messi too, fantastic woman, needed me to come back to the station, and I said how? I couldn't come back. My friend Parawa James, my international president today, as well as permanent secretary, also did all the groundwork for me to get back to the KBC, but I said no. So one of these days I had a dream and I saw myself on TV, and so I decided to go to Abak to discuss with the then general manager of NTA channel 12. That was the only TV station on air at the time, because this station had been off air. So I didn't have a car, so I took engineer Emmanuel Akpan, still works at the works department of the University of Uyo. So he gave me his car and I drove myself to Abak. So Deaconess Mrs. Christy Oboru said to me that NTA had tried what I was about to do and felt that how could I as an individual do it, and I said no, I would do it. And she told me, okay, go and raise 50,000, bring 50,000 back, I'll give you airtime. I went and I said, okay, she wanted 50. I went and met somebody who gave me 250, so I gave her 200 and used the other 50 to prepare for the program. When I went, she said to me that, oh, if you can raise 200, then you can raise all the money. So it took me another year before I could raise the money. By the way, the 250 was given to me by Bishop Dr. John Ekong of NACOM, and a year later I would convince Dr. Odemen Nana to give me the balance of nearly 500,000, so could pay for that airtime, you know. So I went to borrowing. That's the point that I need to make to you to start Bush House Nigeria. And so that morning, finally, when they decided, oh, you're going on air and it will be on a Friday that you start, I went looking for a guest, and it was I just went for a soft target, an easy target, and that was the Right Honorable Barrister Hussein Ebon Akpabi, who was then in the House of Assembly, and he agreed to come. Remember, this was groundbreaking for me. It was the first experience on TV. We did that, and because of the monumental success that we recorded on that first edition, on that debut, the Right Honorable Barrister Hussein Ebon Akpabi asked to come back on Monday for the continuation of that interview, and so he became my first and second guest, as it were, when I set out with Bush House Nigeria. And we're grateful. When we look back, We look back at quality, we look at perseverance, we look at God, and we look at all the hard work that God has used us all these years.
Okay. From there,
yeah.
Would you just share some of those?
Yes,
you just said something about money.
Yeah, sure.
And I remember the struggles.
Absolutely.
And then how you were able to surmount all those challenges. But I think it will be out of place if we share.
Have we surmounted them? Life is a continuum, so we continue. We just keep pushing. We kept pushing. The essence of Bush House Nigeria, I need to say this, was not profiteering, wasn't to make money, wasn't to make real profits like that. Yes, a business, but more than that, I thought for me it was a ministry. It was a calling. It was something to use and train many young people, give many young people the opportunity to come. And when you look back 20 years on and 30 years of my own personal career in the industry, I just saw somebody, Honorable Ayang, he wrote something. I thought that was really, really nice. He wrote something. He was in the House of Assembly, and he just wrote something this morning. Let me see what I can quickly get that and read. Okay, here it is. He said, "Congratulations to the master and originator of Bush House Nigeria on your 20th anniversary. I'm particularly appreciative of your mentorship, nay, succession scheme in the industry. Keep up, accept my best wishes, and God bless you." For me, that mentoring part, that succession bit is the greatest thing, because I believe that there is nobody who is a success until he has a successor. And what we've done in 20 years of Bush House Nigeria and 30 years of my personal career is to make sure we have successors all over the place, so that whether it's the name or whether it's the project itself as a station or as stations, as a media firm, the name Bush House Nigeria would never cease.
Okay, now you just said something, and it's I don't want to say it's tackling, but let's look at how you've been able to spread your tentacles a la succession, a la duplicating yourself in people. Would you say you've done enough? Can you just look back 20 years on, 30 years on radio, or in fact 30 years as a broadcaster? Would you say that can you just look back and say, well, Michael Bush can be found everywhere? Would that be a story? Okay, let's say that tomorrow in 2099, is that too close?
2099.
That's at your funeral ground.
No, my funeral ground would be, you need to add another 100 years to today.
Okay, so let's just look at that. 20.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. So in a long
time.
So
just forget counting it.
In a long time. 200 years coming, and we gather, or people gather.
Yes,
because I know I won't be around.
Yes, so.
And
it
has to do with your funeral.
Yeah.
Would you say, would you die peacefully?
Oh yeah. That's an unfair way to ask the question. I thought you had finished the question earlier, but then he now made it so unfair. I don't know. I think the modest way, the beautiful way, the humane way, the godly way to answer that question would be, well, man can only try. No man should say, I've done enough. Do you understand? Until the very last day. In fact, even at your deathbed, you should not say, oh, I've done enough. It is up to other people to judge you, so to say that about you. It's not for me to say so, but for as long as God allows me, I'll keep pushing.
What I'm asking is,
I understand.
Okay, let's look at 30 years as radio person.
Yes.
20
as TV.
If it were to run concurrently, the judiciary would say 50 years. Now, 50 years, a combined 50 years
absolutely.
Of radio and TV. What would you say? Let's not go to the network aspect of your radio business, but what would you say stand out as your most memorable moment?
Of course, another unfair question, ID James, but it's not for me to say this is my best, this is the best thing that I've done, or this is my best memorable year, but you can look at them. I think the best thing God has done, God has used us to do, would just essentially be the people we have produced. The people who have gone through Bush House Nigeria. And I sometimes I'm also careful. Sometimes I'm in that mood. I can mention people's names. Sometimes I'm careful. This morning, I'll be on the left side of things. I don't want to mention anybody's name, because there are people that Bush House Nigeria produced who say, I read once on Facebook how a guy said he has never met me. Really? Pat Rubin, and I found that very funny. Do you understand? So I just said, okay. So for me, that was a lesson that, so sometimes it's not up to you, who God has used to bring up people to speak about them. Let them talk if they would. So one of the greatest things we've done would have been to allow our platform for youngsters to use, sometimes as training ground, sometimes as breeding ground, and sometimes also to better their lot. I would say in 20 years of Bush House Nigeria, there have been thousands of young people who have passed through us, sometimes as staff, sometimes as mentees, sometimes as fans, and they have gone on to do great things for themselves across this world. Right now, I have mentees who are lecturers in universities across the world. I have people like you, Mentee 001. I have Aneke Mefimba, who followed me to our back yesterday when we had the anniversary interview on Premium. And I have others who continue to be grateful for what God has used us to do. I think that is greatest achievement. That's number one. Number two, on the other hand, will be the quality of programs we've brought on. We brought programs that inspire people, inspired even other journalists to come in, other broadcasters to come in and do their thing. And then we've also brought programs that have tended to help with the development of our state, not with war, not with crisis. That's why in 20 years of Bush House Nigeria and 30 years of my personal career, nobody has taken us to court. Nobody has even quarreled. Like, he said this, he did this, he wrote this. You remember, since 2016, I've also been writing for a national newspaper, and even though the column is talking nonsense, there's not been any nonsense. We've
never been accused of any
nothing. So we're grateful. 20 years of Bush House Nigeria have just been 20 years of fruits here and there.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe because I would like to bring you back, and why I would like to bring you back on TV is so that we can go back to the maiden. I hope you still have the recording of the maiden edition of your program on TV, because I remember that something stood out. We are used to the traditional setting,
absolutely,
and TV and radio, the traditional thing that you
remember,
and they start pushing things around.
I remember.
You came out in a foreign way.
Absolutely.
Let's look at where the temerity came from.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the temerity comes from my background. It's the same temerity that has guided my life. Even until today, I'm able to tell truth to power. I'm able to do that and say it in a nice way. There's a way you tell somebody good morning and the person quarrels with you. There's a way you tell somebody go to hell and the person looks forward to going to hell. So God has blessed us like that. That temerity comes from the deprivations of my childhood. I had a very difficult childhood, as you would know. Until I was 13, never saw a motor car. Until I was 18, didn't know about electricity, air conditioning, and color TV. So I come into this stage. I just know that, man, there's nothing else now. There's God and nothing else, and fear no man. Just respect people, do as hard as you can, and then stay focused. So it was at temerity. And then when I left my job at the AKBC, and that's why I'm particularly and forever grateful to the AKBC. I don't think there's any way, any heights I would assume in my life that I will never remember the AKBC, or I will not come back to the AKBC almost on a weekly or monthly basis. So when I left my job, I was a very lonely person. Do you understand? It was difficult for me to be around, to run around, to do stuff. So, and then I found myself doing TV. There was this thing called CTL at the time. It was, you couldn't afford DSTV, so of course you did CTL. And then my best channel then and now, and I guess forever, was best foreign channel was CNN. So I noticed how CNN were doing stuff, and so I just sat down and schooled myself. I just taught myself just by watching CNN, and I decided that I was even going to make it better than CNN. For instance, I've never seen CNN roll a trolley of coffee or breakfast stuff onto live television. I said I was going to do that, and so we did that. And then I'd never also seen, well, I've seen on CNN, or before then it had not been popular, where people would be standing or walking on set, and I said I was going to do it. And then also I must thank you know, the great people at NT at the time. Those directors were crazy. You know, if you say I want to do this and the director says no, that's the end of it. So I would go to the director, I would discuss with them. For instance, Mr. Dano 2, there's another one, Emmanuel. I just go back and discuss with them. I said, this is what I want to do. Say, let's try it. And then boom, the thing worked and all of that. So I want to thank all of them, and just continue to thank the NTA family, thank the AKBC family, and thank our sponsors. We're also privileged to have sponsors. For instance, the first time in my entire life I would have somebody do business with me and give me 100,000 naira check was on that program. The first month it was Fortune Schools Senator Aloysius Etuk and his dear wife. You know, so we're grateful. We're grateful. We're just grateful to my mentor, Mr. Idi Ekpenyong, who prepared me. He may not know, but even by teaching me radio, he prepared me for what I'm doing, whether on radio or TV or even the newspaper aspect and online, you know. So I'm just grateful to everyone who played a part or two.
Okay, so let's talk about who linked you to Treasure Island that got you, you know, change the setting, the sets, everything.
I don't know why you asked me that question. And was I linked? I knew Treasure Island. Oh, did you the one that linked me?
I think so.
Oh,
he was staying directly opposite us.
Okay, but you know, I played under 17.
Oh, okay.
For Akwa Ibom. My first year in Nigeria, I played under 17 for Akwa Ibom. I just heard they were training, I think at SAS.
Okay, SAS School of Arts and Science.
Yes, they were training there. So I just went. Where do you from? I said, I come from Cameroon. This one, that. I started playing. We went for a competition, I think in Calabar. Treasure Island was our goalkeeper.
Oh, really?
He was our goalkeeper. Our first match, we were beaten 4-0 by Imo State.
And you didn't sack him?
No, it wasn't the fault. The guys were just good because they were far older.
Okay.
They were far older, and they were far, you know, this thing of Nigeria, age 17, people are 25 and they are playing and all that. You know, they were far older, they were so good, you know, and all of that. You know, so I knew him then, and then, so that's why, and then plus, I've always considered you a part of me. So that's why that part of history is not in my head, because anything, just like Mr. Idi Ekpenyong, anything he would do for me, I wouldn't really document that he did that, because I mean, he's already a part of me. And then I'd like to thank you because he's the one that gave us those lovely furniture that we would use on set, and then we return them until we were able to start buying those things. Yeah.
Okay, so but I'm sure we can also talk about people who have placed the ladder of life, as far as television is concerned.
Yeah, I told you about the two gentlemen who raised the first funds that we need. I told you about Right Honorable Barrister Hussein Abon-Akpabio, who came on as my first and second guest. I told you also about the directors. I told you even about the general manager at the time, the Kenneth, Mrs. Christy Obod, and all the wonderful people, Mrs. Marian Vincent Otu. There would always be Marian Vincent, not Marian Vincent Otu, Marian Vincent. You know, you would have as you grow. Yeah, I didn't hear.
I said plenty of.
Yes, as you grow. I'm just trying to spread my head, but it is not completely possible for me to sit down and then just remember. But as we progress, because I'm granting a number of interviews, I even remember on Monday I'm coming back here. You know, so as we progress, I'm able to say thank you, and then perhaps the thank you that I've been doing now is not commensurate. I believe that very soon, I think from December, when our own radio station would actually be on stream, we would actually be able to sometimes just spot our people and reward them.
Okay, you're just joining us. Akbarawa Michael Bush, the Intercontinental, that you know, but ex-chairman, CEO,
president, really.
President.
And I look forward to going back there soon. Yeah.
Ex-president of Bush House, Nigeria, Bush House Group. It's my studio guest. Bush House TV is 20 years old.
Why is there so much noise at the background? Can you hear the noise?
No, it's not. It's not for us.
Okay,
it's not for us. I'm also seeing it live streaming, so it's not for us. we want to talk about, every business targets profit. Now, let's not talk about human profit. Let's not talk about mentoring profit. Let's talk about why you invested in this business.
Yes.
Would you sit back and then benefit of hindsight say, I got what I wanted? There's a return of investment in this business.
Well, not in that
Financially.
sense. Yes, not in that sense. Not in that sense. Not in the sense of money that you started off somewhere and you believe. No, not in that sense. But I'm also not complaining because I'm very, I told you at the beginning, when people set out on an investment, they have their own missions. They have their own ambitions. My ambition wasn't money. It still is not money. Do you understand? My ambition is to be able to allow this platform to inform our people well, inform them respectfully and respectably, and also to create the opportunity for our people, for young people or those who are interested in the media, to use this as a launching pad. That was my ambition, to make sure we don't go out and give information that cause chaos all over the place, insulting people. In 20 years of Bush House Nigeria, in 30 years of my personal life, you cannot have one record that somebody ever felt bad, somebody was insulted. I'm not discussing, I'm not saying this about political leaders who would say, oh no, that issue should not have been taken on TV or radio. That's up to them. It's not for them to come and choose my job. I don't choose how anybody runs his system. So, but when it gets to how you do the job with honor, with respect, I don't think anybody can compete with what Bush House Nigeria has done the last 20 years.
Okay, let us also look at some point, we talked about the Bush House hospitals.
Yes, sure, Bush House hospitals, yeah.
And it was more like a wow kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there was so much help, there was so much was done within that time. And then the rest there was also is history.
Yeah.
What's making it history? Because very suddenly I've heard of it. More like it's coming back.
Like every other creative effort of Bush House Nigeria, Bush House Hospitals was capital intensive. It was really expensive to run Bush House Hospital. Of course, you should have an idea of packing about 100, 150, 200 people to a particular hospital, clean up the place, and then from there I would change up because I would join them in cleaning up the hospital. Then I would change up, get into the wards, carry my cameras and my microphone and try to look at the facilities that the hospital has with a view to reporting that back to the people to know where they go to, and then of course doing the ward rounds and paying the bill for every patient I'll find in the hospital. It was really, really humongous doing that. But we had a sponsor then, the Honorable Pastor Yomusuko. Unfortunately, he has things gone to be with the Lord, and then we have not been able to find another sponsor, another public spirited person like that, because it was really, really expensive to do it. One edition you could spend 3, 4, 5 million naira. So it's not more. It wasn't child's play, So, but I turned 52 in a few weeks, on the 12th of August and the 12th of next month. And so I look at some of the things that I've done. For instance, there's another cup of coffee I would like to return with it, and all those other things, So I've been looking at the possibility of relaunching, even in the window of that my birthday, at the program Bush House Hospital. I don't know how that is. Another creative, super expensive effort of Bush House Nigeria is, of course, the one that you're involved in, the one that you're the hitman. 20 questions, almost a year, if not more. We've not been able to record. Why? Because, and I needed to know this, I beyond when we're being helped by the Accountant General of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Uwem Sunday Andres, and who the moment I get into his office, hey, my President General, where is 20 questions? But sir, you're no longer sponsoring 20 questions, so he can't go on. So beyond the sponsorship, beyond the time that he was able to support us, it's something I've been doing from my pocket, and for how long, So sometimes those are the downsides of being here and of coming from this state, but we keep pushing.
Okay, let's make progress. 20 years on, the next 20 years.
Yes.
What are you looking at?
Oh,
apart from
it will be more glorious.
What do you want to bring back apart from a cup of coffee?
Now we had a radio license and a TV license as far back as 2 years ago. In 2021, President Muhammadu Buhari, as he then was, gave us radio and TV licenses against the run of play, because I wasn't expecting that. I would have thought that because I'd used my life to work for PDP, that it would be a PDP president that would give me that, but it didn't quite happen. So the man just came, and I remember sending some security people to talk with me, and then that was history. Nothing else. He granted me those papers. So that's why when they say President Buhari was a bad leader, I just say you don't even know what you are saying, because I mean, and that's how it is. I'm not going to jump on board the bandwagon against any leader just because you don't like him or just because he hasn't been fair to you. You know. So I expect that the radio station would be on air in December by the special grace of God. I thought that it would be in my village. Those signals today. In the spirit of this anniversary, I've got real bad news for my village, that we will not be launching a radio station anymore from my village, at least not for now. We'll be launching from Uyo. The signals will be coming from Uyo. But I believe that in 1-2 years, we should be able to get to the permanent side. But right now, that journey will not be, because of we've delayed it. You know, since 2021, we've had licenses for 2 years. We've not been able to activate anyone just because of acquiring land, doing this. It's taking too long. So we're going to launch the signals of Bush House Nigeria Radio 87.7. That's what it is, FM, in December, and it will be will broadcast from Uyo. Then I believe in 2-3 years the TV should join. It would be an international, well, if you like, an intercontinental TV. It's not just going to be local TV, but at least for now, Akwa Ibom people will be able to watch it terrestrially, you know, when those signals come. And you know, so we just take it one step at a time and believe that the next 20 years, as I said a moment ago, will be more glorious than the 20 years that we've seen.
Okay. There was a time. I'm going to also diversify, go to radio and TV.
So long as you don't go to politics.
In the course of your broadcast life,
yes,
you have been the first in many things.
Well, if you say so, you're the one saying it. I'm not the one saying it.
We remember there was a time you went network.
Yes,
and I think that was the first.
Absolutely, and still the only one.
The only one.
Yeah, because it cost an arm and a leg to do that. We pay like 15 million every quarter, you know. So, but we had to do it.
Why did you do it?
Yeah, we had to do it because I needed to reach all of Nigeria. I needed to reach even the whole world at that point. I didn't even know Global Baba would come with this platform that we have now, many years down the line. So we needed to just give Nigeria a piece of the cake that Akwa Ibom people, and for 10 years Abuja people, the people in the central part of Nigeria, were enjoying. You know, Bush House savings, Bush House Nigeria savings, even if I say so myself, the kind of savings everybody should have a bite of. And so we needed to put that on the national scale for Nigerians. And I can tell you, it was crazy every Saturday, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. It was crazy on that radio platform, that people will call you from across the country, from across the world. And so that's why we did it. We did it. Unfortunately, we couldn't sustain that for too long, because, as I told you, it was too expensive. But we did it.
Okay. If you had another opportunity, would you still want to go network?
No. I'm done. I'm done with even Nigeria, I can tell you. See, most people fail because they don't know where they have been called to. You see people, they have been called to ministry. They want to go and do it in America. They want to do it in Europe. That's not where you've been called to do. Do you understand? Forget even sometimes the flamboyance, the glamour. Do you understand? I was called to media. Clearly it shows that, perhaps to the world, but my primary constituency is Akwa Ibom. And I want to stay here. Even if we go on network, it's not going to be live because, one, I don't like to fly. I don't even like traveling and all of that. So it's going to be difficult for me to go, except to say, okay, we'll do live, but it originates from you. Then we'll do that, as we do with Global Baba and all of that. I've been called to Akwa Ibom, and so whether Akwa Ibom even accepts it or yes, I'm going to serve them.
Okay. That, because we're also talking about radio, TV, we can't round off this interview without talking about the globalness of what you do right now.
Sure.
The Ask the Counselor.
Yes.
Which the way you do it, it looks like a calling. That
Absolutely.
You were prepared for the job.
Absolutely.
And for a time like this.
Yeah.
You even add so much, what would you call it, feces.
Absolutely.
You add certain level of spice to it to make it even more interesting. People now like the Word of God because of how you handle it. Do you now feel fulfilled? Let's talk about Ask the Counselor. How you feel today as Intercontinental.
Yeah, you know, I would sacrifice politics. I would sacrifice family. I would sacrifice me to do Ask the Counselor. Not necessarily only because of God, but also because of the man that I'm doing it with.
Okay.
That's profound, that comment, even if I say so myself. I hear people say all sorts of things against Global Baba, Dr. Abel Damina. But you know, and I wanted to take this seriously, and I say this on my honor. I haven't met a pastor like him in my 52 years on earth. I like the fact that beyond the cameras, when the cameras are not there, he's like Christ more. Even when he's preaching, he's a different kind of man. But I tell you, when the cameras are not there, he's so humble, so giving, so attentive, so honorable. Do you understand? He's a man that I can follow him blindly, but I can't follow most politicians. Even with my two eyes open, I can't follow them. Why? And I'm sitting down on live television to say this. I just want people to understand the impact. It's a man that you go to him, sir. This handset, this telephone has a problem. Say, okay, can we look at it? He looks at it. He said, but I don't see it too. I don't see it. Say, and I like to joke with him. Global, but with all your spirituality, don't see, say, it's not everything that is spiritual. This one is physical. So now turn it. Oh, okay. So what does it take? He listens to you. You are a professional. He tells you he doesn't know anything about that thing. And not just listens to you, he hears you, pays you that attention, honors you as a human being. And then, you know, when it comes to money, I used to think that, you know, for instance, in the years that pastors have engaged Bush House, they all would know. I don't think any pastor has paid us well. Never. Because, oh, sir, that thing is 200,000. It's 200,000. Can you pay 100? No, my son, you know, can I pay 25? I will jump at it. Okay, sir, pay. So, in 2020, Global comes here for me to interview him. And even that interview, I almost not done it. So he comes there, and my first question to him, sitting on radio, Dr. Damina, why do you collect so much money from people? And he smiles. Hey, Mr. Bush, that's no longer my story. That's no longer me. I say, it's no longer you. That means you used to be like that. I say, yes, I used to do it. I didn't know. That was what I was taught. And so we finished that hour-long interview. I'm so happy because not once did he frown. He's not unhappy. He's just smiling. So when I'm walking into his car, he now says to me, Mr. Bush, I'd like us to have a business meeting. And I'm in my head, business meeting. It takes me like 3 months, a long time, before I finally go to honor that business meeting. And then it takes me, I go to his office. I liked the setting of his office. The staircase, the way he spirals to his office. So he takes me into the church, we look at it, we try to talk about it. He tells me, I'm planning a global program. I want you as the anchor. I said, sir, I can't do it. He says, why? I said, I'm not in your church. He said, no, I don't run that kind of church. I don't run a 4-wall church. I run a global church. And I want you as the anchor. I said, no, sir, I wouldn't do it. He said, no, that's not even what I wanted you to say? I said, sir, what do you want me to say? Money. I said, no, sir, I won't charge money. Even I wanted to do it. He said, okay, will you do it? I said, no. So we went on for months. So when I finally said, okay, sir, I'll come and do it. How long? He said, just 1 month, 30 days of glory. I said, I'll do it. So he said, how much? I said, how much is what? He said, money. I said, no, sir, I can't get money. He said, why wouldn't you get money? I said, because it's church. He said, so? I said, well, I believe that if I do this, God is going to pay me back. He said, he will not pay you back. You get your money is business. So for the first time in my life, a pastor. So I'm shocked. I said, sir, can you tell me that? I said, but that's how I've lived my life. 49 years of my life. At that time, that's how. He said, it's not true. It's not correct. You have been deceived. And all of that. And in fact, he told me, I'm even ready to pay you 10 million to get on this. I said, I won't take it. But you know what? I didn't take that money. Finally started the program. And I think the second anniversary of that program, President Buhari offers me my radio and television licenses, and we needed to pay for the radio immediately. 20 million. He's the one that paid the money.
Wow.
Do you understand? So what? When I hear people come to, they don't even know him. They're not. If we have done like 1,000 episodes of the program, because it's sometimes we run many times, I've lost count of how many editions of Ask the Counselor we've done together. Every time we have finished the program, he walks me to the car. Every time we have finished that program, he will walk me to the car. So he's taught me, beyond just being for Christ, he's taught me Christ-likeness. He's taught me to be that humble, to be that patient, to be that understanding. And I'm just happy that I encountered him. So even that program, people just think it's something going there. I do it all my life. Let me give a secret away. I've never repeated a dress on Ask the Counselor. Never. Do you understand? I wear a new dress every time I get on set. A new dress every time. And I do that. I do that with all of me. As a matter of fact, nothing else I've done. Even on the stable of Bush House, Nigeria, have I been as attentive, as present, as willing, as ready, and as loving as I've been on Ask the Counselor, and I'll forever be, because I'm thankful.
Okay, so still on that, how has it helped you spiritually?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! How was I supposed to know that the Old Testament was Christ hidden, so to speak, and that the New Testament is revealing? How did I know? How did I even know that?
You've been a church boy all your life.
No, but I didn't know. I just saw, it was Abraham trying to his son Isaac, and all of that. I just thought. I didn't even know that was too simple. How did I even know that my favorite book in the Bible, Jonah, being in the belly of the fish 3 days, was about Jesus? How did I know? Do you understand? So, but one of the things I've done at Power City, as with my life, I'm a slow and steady person. Recently I was even honored because they know that I've listened, I have imbibed all those things, and said, oh, you also will teach Sunday school. I would like to be slower than that. I don't like to jump to that level, because the information that they gave at Power City about Christ, my God, if when we were children, they said, be careful how you read the Bible. If you read it too much, you're going to run mad. So the information is really, really much. So, but I soak it in small. Just I don't want to lose a thing. I will tell you, it's been just glorious being there.
Okay, if you're just joining us, Akparawa Michael Bush, I don't know, retired president. We stepped aside.
President General of Akwa Ibom State World Leaders. Yeah, I'm still at that. At least for some more time,
President at large, Bush House.
Yes, Nigeria. Yes, sure. Okay. I like that one, President at large. Yeah.
Okay. Is the studio guest this morning, and we're really enjoying this. Let's see.
President at large. I love that one. I'm going to write. I'll write it on Facebook just now. President at large, Bush House, Nigeria. I love it.
So many persons have commented on what we are doing here, and I'm sure we can just take a look at some of them. It's mostly congratulations. John Taft, Treasure Island.
Bro.
Stopped by to say, and I'm watching with keen enthusiasm. Okay, so that means if he doesn't mention me, I'll deal with it. Okay,
there's no way I will mention him.
Yeah,
he played a huge part. Yeah.
Okay, so Parawa Bush.
Yes.
Let's talk about you and the next generation.
Yes.
When it comes to podcasting, mentoring, and others. You said you already are running an academy.
Yes, Bush House, Michael Bush Mentoring Academy. Yeah.
How do you intend to take that academy to a global stage?
Yeah, that's a great question. But let me tell you, I was born on the 12th of August. That's International Youth Day. Wow. I used to wonder why I was so into young people. But the moment I discovered that 12th of August every year is International Youth Day, I just understood it. You see, even this Bush House Nigeria is going to be, I say, 87.7 FM is going to be a training ground. Is going to throw up youngsters who didn't even know they were broadcasters, that they had that kind of gift in them, you know. Inside the premises, there's going to be a big room that will be connected to the world. When the mentoring session wants to, it lasts two hours every day. Every Saturday. Because I have people from around the world who want to join the Mentoring Academy, but unfortunately, I'm not able to. I don't like this idea of we're just sitting here and then somebody picks his phone and all that. So, but when we open our office, when Bush House Nigeria radio station starts, there's going to be at least a room there for that kind of situation. So once I enter there, if you are not able to come physically from any part of the world, you just connect easily, and then you listen to me for 2 hours, and then we run, you know. And that's what we've been doing. We still will do that. Even on Facebook, I connect. I have many people around the world that we try to mentor, although I believe more that mentoring is more a physical thing before you can get online and get virtual.
Okay, we should be homeward bound.
Yes.
But I think there are other questions we need to talk about now that you are here.
Yes.
Akwa Ibom Dialogue is ongoing and it's rounding off today. And Governor Moino is more like a spontaneous man. One woman was presenting a paper and the governor said, you can't just present paper and go back. You've been appointed honorary special advisor on oil and gas. Is that the kind of governor you were looking for?
Yeah, of course.
That looks for merit more than.
Yeah, but it's too early to call. It's too early to call. It's still under 2 months. Even when I hear people condemn him or criticize him, too early.
Today?
It's early days. No. When I hear, of course, he's come under some sticks, man. But again, he's governor. Are they supposed to criticize me? They should criticize him. So it's early days yet. Let's give him some time. The government, if you like, the government has not even taken off. I believe today commissioners are going to be sworn in. Once that happens, and then we give them first 100 days, we can start talking again.
Okay. A lot of people, I think you said it's come under sticks, but I think the latest being that he didn't need to return all the commissioners.
Well, we elected him. We made him governor. So when you make anybody governor, which is the argument is put forward, you don't go to teach him how to be governor. Let him be his governor. We're still waiting for him in 2027. Do you understand? People should wait for him at 2027. Don't tell him do this or not do this. Do you understand? Because for instance, he picks all in new team. He picks all new team, and then comes back in 2027, and you are not happy with what he did. So it's neither here nor there. And those people that they picked, are they not from Akwa Ibom?
But would you say that's continuity at work?
I don't know. I don't know what continuity means.
Possibly there were projects that needed to be completed, so those who handled it should run full cycle of it.
I don't want to sit on live TV and be nice politically and all of that. The things that I'm not happy with, I'm not going to, say, oh, it's continuity. What kind of continuity, So I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to say it's continuity. It's what the governor wants. Yes. Do you understand? Because if you say continuity, it still means that another person is running the system. No, there is a new
sheriff
in town, and he's decided that, and then he decided that he wants to run with this. It's not really that he's running with people he doesn't know. This way his colleagues. Do you understand? So it's not continuity for me. He has just, there's a line. in 2027, in the run up to 2027, we're not going to be saying, okay, what happened in 2019 to 2023. We're not going to be discussing that. We're going to be discussing what happened between 2023 and 2027. You know, so he clearly knows what he's doing. If you see the way he talks, the way he runs the things, I believe that what he's done will take us to where he wants to get to.
And we just also heard that he has also put a demarcation between relationship and performance. You don't need to come and pick me at the airport, stay in your office and get your job done. And then let me be the one looking for you. Talks like somebody who was prepared for the job and he knows what to do. You agree with that?
I don't agree. He has said it. That is words. When he says it, and I say this as President General of Akwa Ibom State Ward Leaders Union, once he said it, do you understand? And we are applauding. Once that matches with the action, I hope we the people will still applaud. Do you understand? It's not to applaud him and then everybody's happy now. Once he starts matching that with action, we quarrel. Because as ward leaders will remind us that when he said it, we're happy.
Okay. Now that the EXCO list is out, as President General of Akwa Ibom Ward Leaders Union,
Akwa Ibom State Ward Leaders Union, yeah.
Has pressure been taken off your neck?
That's a great question. That's a very good question, I'm telling you, because people have asked me privately, how do you cope with pressure? People, what pressure? Who am I? I'm just President General of Ward Leaders. All of my, in fact, some of those people are my elders, even politically, are my seniors. Do you understand? There's no pressure. Because you know that even what I'm doing is somewhere that is answerable to. So all the pressure, even from ward leaders or from anybody, has just one route. Do you understand? It goes up to the governor. I mean, we have just one governor. There's no pressure on me whatsoever. Because, I mean, you all know where the thing flows from or flows to. Do you understand? I'm at peace like that.
Okay. I'm sure we can round off by asking this question. Politically, you know, you have contested election before chairman.
Yeah.
You've also contested
twice as
House of Assembly.
Yes, House of Assembly. Yeah.
And then, have you given up on elective position?
Not exactly sure. There are only 2 offices for me now that I may be interested in. Let's see how it goes.
Only 2.
Only 2, yeah.
Only 2. Okay. Bush House at 20. Are you rolling out the drums?
No. No.
When is 20 questions returning?
Yeah. You know, some of the that's a very unfair question. You just brought me here to be asking me questions that I cannot answer. Some questions are just unanswerable. You know, I can't answer that question. Believe me, I don't know. but I would. I believe that if I'm not able to do, and thank you, I think this is even the platform for me to correct this. If I'm not able to do Bush House hospitals, do you understand that I promised within the window of my birthday, my forthcoming birthday, 12th of August, if I'm not able to do Bush House hospitals, I will do 20 questions. Do you understand? I think that's a fair thing to say. So on the 12th of August, if before the 12th of August I'm not able to record Bush House hospitals, I'll resort to 20 questions. I'll gather people and do 20 questions. And I'll try and make it kind of different. Might even choose a different venue, might even make it like
live.
Yes, a different setting, you know. Yeah, but let's see how that goes, yeah.
Okay, so I also remember there was a time we did live presentation.
Yes, I said it yesterday when I was being interviewed on radio. When Bush House Nigeria 87.7 FM, Uyo Nigeria starts, would actually be doing 20 questions live. Live.
But you also consider
the objects?
The objects and the...
No. We will not be 30 minutes.
Oh,
okay. It will be 1 hour. It's a radio station now, so we'll do the way we would like. Yes. So it will be one hour. Okay. And then it would also be done simultaneously for TV. Yeah.
Okay, let me just acknowledge those who have joined us on Facebook. Sussex Bright Solution, Marshall Abia, Jonta, Precious Eldad, Edidion Ionate, and all others who have joined us. They just saying congratulations to the boss. And
amen.
So throughout the interview, I've not mentioned the boss.
Yeah, because you are a son, you know. The son doesn't call the father the boss, you know. I know.
Okay, so you've added flesh to my disposition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to address you as the boss.
I understand. Anything you like to address me. What will I do to you?
Okay, Parabush,
yes.
Before we leave, I'm sure you will want to mention one or two persons who have actually been pillars to what you do, that you want to acknowledge before, take. I remember when you were 50,
yes,
you acknowledged 50
yes,
most influential people
yes,
in your life. Mentee 01 was nowhere to be found.
No, but no, you. There's a slight mistake there. I said that I was going to give 50 people. As I speak with you now, perhaps I've given just 30.
Wow.
I don't know, because events have not also presented themselves. Yeah, I've given just 30. There are still 20 people, and then of course you are there. There's no way those awards will be given and you are not there. Yeah.
No, but I already knew that.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, you were asking me to mention people. Yeah, our family. We will just be thankful to family. Unfortunately, my father is no longer there, but I'm grateful for his role. My mother, my wife, my daughter, who, by the way, should have some news for us, very soon. And then, of course, sponsors. I'd like to thank them. I'm trying to be very careful not to mention one person's name and leave it alone. But the foundational sponsors that I had were Shaw Electronics and Monams Electronics. I'm so grateful to them. Of course, Fortune Schools. There were other people who also came along. Then fans, mentees, supporters, friends. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to my mentor. I'm grateful to people like you. Grateful to this station. Grateful to NTA. Grateful to it's just grateful to even the headship of this station now. That's talking about the Director General, Dr. Anetukwe. We're grateful to everyone. We've been greatly helped. I can tell you.
Okay. Yeah. We know that time is up, but you know that you've not said anything about Bush House community and
the 20 Questions community.
The 20 Questions community,
yeah.
And what do you call it? Bush House fan club.
Yeah.
Defunct or still?
No, it's still there. Yes, those questions came out yesterday on the radio interview. The 20 Questions community is still there, but it's just like Bush House Nigeria. I didn't set up Bush House Nigeria so that every day I'll go there and be watering it. The Bible has said it that who plants?
Apollos plants, Apollos waters.
Yes, Apollos waters. It's Paul that plants, right? Apollos waters, right? And then God gives the increase. So I didn't plant Bush House Nigeria to be the one watering it. The young people are there. They come in, they water it. It's the same thing with mentoring platforms. 20 Questions community. I've set it up. There's leadership there. Water it. And then God will give all of you the increase. It's the same thing at Michael Bush Mentor Academy. It's the same thing at Bush House Fan Club International. The young people are there, even at Bush House Nigeria itself. If I've given you the platform and you're not able to water it for God to give you the increase, okay, stay there.
Okay, stay there. That should be the final words from President at Large.
Yes,
Bush House Nigeria.
Yes, I love that, President at Large. I'm going to write it now on Facebook.
Bush. And we just want to appreciate you for what you are doing, and they never say never spirit.
Yes, never say die spirit. Yeah,
never say die spirit. And what you keep doing, sometimes it will look like you've gone low, and then the next moment, boom, it's something else.
Yes,
and so we expect more of something else in the forthcoming years as we celebrate you, because you know that you are a forever person to be celebrated. Parabush, final words?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the family here, thank you, Director Okun David, for all the great things he continues to do. I'm happy. Thank you, even to your family. We keep pushing. People who are upstairs should respect the people who are downstairs. And the people who are downstairs should also honor the people who are upstairs. Why? Because The people upstairs, whether they like it or yes, they will come down. The people downstairs, whether we like it or yes, will go up. Do you understand?
They said they don't want to.
There's no way you won't want. Even if you don't go up in terms of achievement and money, you go up in terms of age. Do you understand? Such that even the people who are downstairs, if they are small boys, they would honor you, they will respect you. Do you understand? So people should just learn to be patient, to be understanding, to be able to just wait, because life is turn by turn. At Bush House Nigeria, we're grateful. We note with excitement those who have celebrated with us, who have called or written something on Facebook and all of that. We just continue to ask that celebration shall come to them. Thank you for this time.
Okay, so we leave it here for today, and we hope that whenever we're able to get clips of the first or the maiden edition of AM Express, we'll bring him back so that we can do a critique and also look at how far he has come since 2003. We take a break here, and when we return, Samuel Hussein will be here to inspire us. My name is Ida James. Stay tuned.
This is all where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's only man, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's only man, no matter where we be, we are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
You have the right to quality broadcasting. The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Good morning, a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'm here to inspire you. I believe you still remember our philosophy that irrespective of what you know, there are still mountains of knowledge to climb. Today, I want to talk on what I tag why winners win. Why winners win. To begin, let me say that winners win simply because if there is a mountain to climb, they go all out to climb that mountain. They are disciplined enough to undertake such project unrelentingly. Winners win. Why? Because they are bundle of disciplined individual. If they have a plan of saving a certain amount of money at the end of the year, they ensure that they follow through with discipline to ensure that such project, maybe building. They come up with a target that by the end of so time, I will be a landlord living in my house. Once they make up their mind to undertake such project, they govern their life with discipline to ensure that that happens. And if they say that by the end of so time they are going to be married, that by so time they are going to start a particular line of business, they follow through with discipline. Now, winners win because they don't just wait for things to happen. They make up their mind to ensure that what they want to have actually happens. Winners win because they are so decisive and they are disciplined to undertake any project they want to have by the end of a particular time. Now, in the diary of the wise, the future others are looking at begins in the present. In the diary of the wise, the idea of I will do it tomorrow, I'll do it next month, I'll do it next tomorrow, it's not in their diary. Their tomorrow begins today, and that is why winners win. Somebody will tell you, I started something some 50 years ago, 20 years ago, just like the guest that just left. Now, he started something 20 years ago. In spite of the challenges of the time, he had to discipline himself to undertake such project, and today testimonies are being counted. And let me leave you with these timeless nuggets. Number one, every day comes bearing its own gift. It is the duty of the wise to untie the ribbon of those gifts in discipline every day. Now, they don't postpone what they can do today till tomorrow. As a result, they follow through with discipline to untie the ribbon that comes, the gift that each day presents. Number two, the wise knows that it is not wisdom to tell oneself to do tomorrow what they can do today. Number three, the wise, they have the habit of undergoing they follow through their plans. They follow through their plans daily. Now, they wake up in the morning with determination because they want to go to bed at night with satisfaction. Winners condition their lives by agenda. They have agenda, they have systems, they have structure. They are not just living a carefree life. They will tell themselves that by so time, that in 3 months this will be in place. By 6 months this will become a visible reality in their life. By 1 year that this will be attainable. As such, like I said, they condition their life with agenda, by agenda, system, and they have a structure to ensure that their plans come to fruition. Life is a process, and if you boycott any process, then you have bypassed your progress. Winners do have this in mind, and that is why they win at all time. They don't boycott any process, so they will not bypass their process. What else? Winners win because they do their best at this moment, believing that the next moment will become the best. Now, they take every moment they have as their best moment, believing in the future. It is true that it is in the seed of today that we have the fruit of tomorrow. Anything you want to see in your life, anything, just govern your life by discipline, undergo the process, and before you know, you will achieve sizable, visible progress. What else? Winners, they do know that life is not a coincidence, yes, but a reflection of our daily actions. Life is not a coincidence. It It's just that you must do something. There has to be input if there will be what is called output. Garbage in, garbage out. That is life. What else? A wise man knows that his gold, G-O-L-D, is inside his goal, G-O-A-L. The gold you are looking for, the gold, the G-O-L-D, is inside the G-O-A-L. Your goal, you set target because you want to harness asset. Now somebody said, I am going to acquire this amount of asset, financial asset. As a result, they will begin by setting financial targets because they are aiming at the asset. So they begin with target. What else? Nothing can withstand a man of discipline. Nothing. By the time you guide your life by set of rules, set of agenda, structure, and system, everything, you just discover that what you thought is far off. By the time you just walk to that very point, you have it at hand. And the only way to make constant progress is to have endless project. The only way to make constant progress is to do what? To have endless project. By the time you arrive at a particular point, yes, I want to build my first house. By the time you have the first house ready, you are thinking of the next. You are not satisfied where you are. You have endless project because you want to enjoy endless progress. And what else do they do? Now the wise man have this in mind, that those who wait for convenient time cannot wear prominent tag. You can't wait for the best time. Now the best time to start anything, the best time, like I said, for you to gather financial assets, you must always have what I call financial targets. The best time. You don't wait for the best time. Every moment becomes your best moment to start what you want to achieve by the end of the day. And that's why I will always tell you that life is governed by a set of discipline. And what's discipline? Sacrificing today's pleasure for tomorrow's treasure. You do what is future demanding against what is tension relieving. You don't feel like it, but this is what I want to achieve. Future demanding against what is tension relieving. Yes, I have to wake up by social time because I just have to wake up with determination so I can go to bed with satisfaction. What is discipline? You do what is required and not what is required and not what you desire. Yes, you desire a different set of stuff, but you just have to follow through with discipline to ensure that what you want to achieve, you achieve by the end of the day. The problem of a school is not that we lack great teachers, but that of learners who refuse knowledge. The problem of our churches is not that we lack great preachers of the word, but great practitioners of the word. And I will always tell you that the problem of man is that of great indiscipline. Once you can discipline yourself, everything you want to see around you and in your life will become a visible and a possible reality that you will have at the end of the day. So set out the remaining months in the year. What do you have as your targets? What do you have in mind to achieve? Just go all out in discipline, and you will become the vivid picture, the clear picture of that very reality at the end of the day. That's the size of that which I have for you this morning. You can actually win, because winning is not relegated to sets of individual. There is nobody anyway that is better than you. By the time you do what they are doing in your own line of career, you will always achieve what they are achieving. The sky is large enough for everybody to succeed. Therefore, make up your mind, and you see your life becoming that dream of yours over time. Thank you very much. Hope to talk to you another Thursday on Focus AM 45. Please do remember this philosophy of ours, that irrespective of what we know, there are still mountains of knowledge to climb. Thank you, and God bless you.